Okay.
First pick, had to fight for what I got a feeling I deserve it. Now I'm only moving with a purpose. The people show love, but I ain't broken through the surface. Never had a chance, was a no-name. All season started working on my post game. Now senioritas at the phone when they alone. I break them off and send a home. Got a game with no shame. Saying I'm a flop, that's an insult. Chill. Rolling up a J in a raw pace still.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Ash.
Drew Ash.
I'm Jay.
And then we're part of the Sports Cartel here. So
we never get that right.
Yeah,
never ever.
we never get that right. We're gonna have to really work on that.
Only when you're here.
I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Neither one of you pay attention whatsoever.
I don't know
But
if I want to get like a cool name
anyways,
or stick with my own.
hey,
name.
we're gonna have a nice little 45 to 50 minute show here, and I really just want to ask you guys. We're back, our family. We're here. We're ready to go. How was your guys' day?
Busy. Worked 10 hours today.
Are you sure you worked?
I did. I
Are
swear.
you sure? If anybody doesn't know, this is my brother Drew Ash, and he's never here, but we actually got him here. So he's part of our Sports Cartel. We do have a fourth member named Mike Mooney. He is not here, obviously. So let's get right into this. You guys doing good? You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
Yep.
You guys ready? Anybody? We're good? All right, anyways, let's start this off here. I really want to talk about, and let's get right into it. We all know Kenny Pickett was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. We also all know that the Pittsburgh Steelers really don't have a set starter at quarterback. So I want to ask you guys, and I want you guys to give me your fair shake back. Do you think Kenny Pickett should start day one?
No.
I don't know. I don't.
I think it should be Trubisky.
Well, so why?
He's an established starter. He plays. He's not a bad quarterback.
I don't think he ever got a fair chance anyway.
No, he kind of
in Chicago. Absolutely, no. I don't think.
I mean, he went to one of the worst teams in the league.
He did lead in 12 wins. Didn't they make the playoffs?
Yeah,
with
he
him?
went to the playoffs. Yeah, they
they
bounced that field
That's
goal.
where they
off
missed.
the
Yeah, they missed it with the. Yeah.
I think that he could do. I think he could be better in Pittsburgh.
So you don't think with Kenny Pickett's play, you don't think they should just ride the hot horse, launch him into the wolves?
No, I don't.
Now we've seen this work. I mean, we've seen it work a million different times. We have seen it fail. So, me personally, I like Mitch. I think it's a nice signing to bring him in. If they go Kenny Pickett,
I think he would do well.
Yeah, I don't think I knock him for throwing him out there.
No, I agree with that. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think Trubisky deserves the chance.
I think bringing him in, you would think you brought him in for a reason. Yeah. Obviously, neither one of you, or maybe even the world, doesn't think Mason Rudolph should be starting whatsoever.
No.
But
speaking of the helmet, he's the one that got hit in the helmet.
Yeah,
by Myles Garrett.
Right
good old times.
Right
yeah, that brings up that point. Anyways, if I'm the Steelers, I probably run Mitch Trubisky out just for confidence, I guess. You know what Mitch Trubisky is. You know what he's capable of. You know his flaws and his strengths. So I think he might be a bit easier to game plan with as your starting quarterback, since we have to say it. The Pittsburgh Steelers are totally rebuilding. They do have some nice pieces. Their defense is always there. So if they start Mitch Trubisky, say they go out, how short is his leash with Kenny Pickett's play in preseason? I mean, he's balled out in preseason. What's his leash? What's his game count?
I would say 5 or 6 games.
Trubisky?
Yeah.
I give him 6.
So you think, say he starts 3-3 through 6 games. Now, I don't know when the Pittsburgh Steelers bye is. I wouldn't imagine it's that early. But say he starts 3-3. Do you bench him at that point, or do you keep continuing to let him play? Like, say he's just
average.
Say he's average. Say he's not really winning you games, but he's not losing you games.
I guess I'd have to look at it and say, okay.
Just depends the feel of the team. If they're all gelling and they're liking him, he's doing what he's doing, keep him out there. Now, if it's like hostile, they're like, oh no, he's the reason we lost 3 games and he cost us those games.
Well, let's say there's no negative vibes. I'm just saying there's no negative vibes whatsoever.
Keep him in.
They're 3-3. He's not playing bad, but he's not playing great.
I think it depends on where your faith is in him.
I would keep him
At
out
that
there and
point.
then just throw a little package.
So say you're Mike Tomlin. You're 3-3. You guys are averaging right around 20 points a game. You're winning, but you're losing. Do you look for a spark? Do you say, you know what? We've done this. We don't want to be 8-9 or 9-8. Do you say just let's see what Kenny Pickett's got? Let's see.
I
if he
guess it would
sparks us.
depend on why they're losing the games. If it's because their defense isn't performing, but their offense is clicking, keep him out there. But if it's your defense is clicking, but your offense is performing poorly, I'd say, okay, we want to spark that offense up. Let's throw him out there.
I mean, if you have, say, you have more field goals than touchdowns in the red zone, you might try
Okay.
something different.
It's just,
I
there's
can-
just a lot of factors to it.
I think Pickett is the answer.
Well, I watching the first two, and we know it's preseason.
I
and
watched him a
it's-
lot in college
yeah.
because, I mean, we live in Ohio, so, I mean, Pittsburgh is on TV all the time, college, and I like college football anyways, but I'd watch it. But he's not that bad of a player. He just brings that energy. I mean, he's
So
a
you
sick
wouldn't
dude.
be blown away if they start him week 1.
No. I mean,
I wouldn't.
I'd say, like I said, I'd start.
I would be more shocked if I seen him start in Pittsburgh than I would if I see Malik Willis start in Tennessee. I'd be more shocked. I mean, I kind of expect
I would be
Willis to
shocked
start
if-
in Tennessee.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Oh wow! I mean, it would shock me if Ryan Tannehill isn't taking the snaps week 1.
I think the way he balled out, I think there's a good chance that I'm not saying he's going to. I mean, I still think Tannehill's going to be the starter, but it would not shock me if Willis is not the
I get
starting
what you're saying.
quarterback
So
out
you
there.
sort of expect that. So do you think who do you think plays first? Truth be told, we both, I think we all agree that you probably, like you said, you think Tannehill probably starts day 1. We think Trubisky starts day 1. Who is taking snaps sooner?
Willis.
Garoppolo.
That wasn't an
I mean,
option.
that's another option. It's literally it's another option. How does Trey Lance? What's his leash? I mean, we have legitimately 3 teams where I
Did
don't
you hear
see.
what Brett Favre said about that?
Yeah.
He doesn't believe.
I don't.
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo is a winner, so we'll do this. You got 3 teams. All right, 3 teams. You got the Niners, you got the Titans, you got the Steelers. You got Garoppolo, you got Willis, you got Pickett. Who takes the snap first from under center? Who gives up on their quarterback faster?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I actually agree with both you on that.
I
I
Tennessee.
think with the play of Will, I think Willis is getting packages no matter what. I think there's going to be goal line. There's going to be red zone packages where you see Malik Willis come in. Why is it doing that?
You're not in it.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know. It shows. Oh, I guess I'm probably down by the comments,
Yeah,
but I should still be there.
we can hear your voice.
Anyways,
It's
Nick
okay.
Nick Mack's in. I wonder if Nick. I see Nick over there. Okay, I'm in there now. Nick Mack is Nick Mack wanting to join or not? Anyways, we're new to TikTok Live. We do got a couple monetaries going on here, guys. So give us a quick second. We finally was able to log in while sitting here. So you guys think Ryan Tannehill is benched quicker, and he makes what? What's he making? 25
I
million
know it's up
dollars?
there because that's part of the reason why they didn't want to go for.
Because I really truly don't believe Jimmy Garoppolo's traded. I don't.
He would have been traded by now.
Well, not. I think if they had the right offer, they would. But I just don't think they've had the right offer. I think that, and there's really what other team out there is going to need
Just the Browns.
the Browns, but
And I don't
they've
think the
got so
Browns.
much
I don't
money
think the Browns.
invested, they can't
Yeah,
afford it.
I don't think the Browns need a quarterback. Anyways, they can stay afloat for 11 games with Brissett taking snaps. That's been his MO since
yeah.
he's been in the league. Brissett keeps you afloat. He doesn't win you games.
what the hell?
I think I agree. I've said it during our show in March, Aprilish when we first got on here and got going that Ryan Tannehill is not the answer in Tennessee. I've never been a big Ryan Tannehill fan. He's sort of like a little more athletic Trent Dilfer to me. I think
Trent Dilfer.
I think he's 5-6 games in. They start 1-4, 1-5. He's gone.
I think talk about the Titans. I think a big surprise is going to be Haskins, the running back from Michigan.
Well, do you think they use him a lot?
Yeah.
I think they have to figure out a way to get take some carries off Derrick Henry.
And Haskins
They have
is
to.
the answer.
If they want to keep him long, we know how that, the load that guy.
What's up, Isaac? What's up, Nick?
That load that he carries is huge, and that's going to wear him down. He's not going to last as long. They have to do something there.
So we're going to agree the Titans, Malik Willis is going to be the one who ultimately takes snaps before Kenny Pickett and before Jimmy Garoppolo.
I think they're sending us gifts, but we don't know how to accept them.
I like how we all just stopped.
Yeah, we got to stop doing that.
We're
You
trying to learn.
got to stop doing that. All right.
Well, they're sending gifts and all that.
Yeah,
which
don't worry
helps,
about it
but-
up there. Yeah, it's I cannot see my phone, people. So I can see it through Drew's, but I can't see my phone.
It kind of leads into another topic.
Yeah, Isaac said Haskins looks really good.
What do you?
Tennessee's first preseason
We
game.
all seen it. Jesse Bates back in house in Cincinnati. What do we think that means for them?
Who is that?
You better be lying.
I think it's to me. I thought he was going to be part of it was going to cause a lot. It was going to cause issues in Cincinnati's secondary and their defense alone. Daxton Hill, I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
Daxton
yes.
Hill
Yeah.
has actually been playing really well.
Taylor Britt, they got, he's out right now with a little bit of a core injury. Hill, they have nothing but high praise for them too.
Good.
And they think having Bates, that's going to be a really scary secondary. And I hope to God that's the truth. Because that was one of our weaker points last year. We have one of the best nickel corners in the league with Mike Hilton. He was rated one of the best nickel corners in all of football last year. We still have Awuzie and
But with Jesse Bates coming back, has Daxton Hill is he taking snaps? Is it making Cincinnati feel like maybe we don't need to sign this guy next year? Because I don't know if they play the same position. I don't know if he's going to be a free safety or I would imagine Daxton Hill's probably going to be a free safety because he's a cover back.
Well, and Jesse, in the one interview I watched of him, he said that big reason why he came back, it's kind of like a audition kind. He's gonna go out and show everybody so got it. So next year, and I think in his mind he thought, with Hill being young and Hill performing well, that there's a good possibility that Cincinnati just says, you know what, we're not going to pay the big bucks when we've got this guy for another 4 years.
Oh, I don't think Jesse Bates is in a Bengals uniform next year.
No, I don't think he is.
I don't think so. Not at the money, because you look at the safeties. That's just who was the safety just got re-signed to a record deal just earlier this week. Shoot. Fitzpatrick took his deal, Micah Fitzpatrick from Pittsburgh, and then another safety just got another deal.
I know Matthew got paid. Matthew, however you want to pronounce his name, got paid.
These, and they're all high dollar deals. So I think Jesse Bates, if he wants that kind of money, ultimately he's going to have to go to another team next year to do that. Because and the only way that I could see him staying there is if Hill bombs and just doesn't do very well, and we have problems in the secondary. I can see Cincinnati biting the bullet and paying him.
But then wouldn't that stunt Daxton Hill's growth? Because I'm pretty sure they play the same position. They are both free safeties. And I know Jesse is a better cover than he is a strong safety. So he's not. He tackles well. I'm not saying he doesn't. He does. He does the whole. He plays.
That's
the
what
position
Jesse
well.
is. Jesse's a strong safety. Von Bell's the free safety.
Okay. So Daxton could jump over there for Von Bell then.
Yeah. So I mean, that's. I don't know. It's going to be rough.
Just to me, traditionally, strong safeties are better at attacking the run than they are covering. That's always how I've seen free safety, strong safety. And I don't know if that's correct in other people's eyes, but that's my eyes. Normally your free safety is your best cover. So Vaughn, we all know he's always been a pretty decent cover. I mean, he was good for Ohio State when he played there. So I think Daxton's.
I think he's going to play a lot of nickel. I think he's going to play a lot in the nickel pack. I could see him in dime.
You think he's going to actually come in as a corner?
Possibly, yes. I do. Because Eli Apple, which the stuff I've been reading on him is showing that he's shown huge improvements this year. And I think everybody bashing him like they did kind of put a little chip on his shoulder. He's going to go out and try to play well. But, last year he was really the weakest link there in Cincinnati secondary. He
He was. He's been the weakest link in about everybody's secondary.
Yeah, so I could say, and this could force him to really play better because now he knows his job's in the line. We got, Cam Taylor Britt there, or however, I think it's right. Yeah. Him, we got Daxton Hill. You got some young guys coming there that's really ready to play. So that could light a fire in him.
So you think Jesse Bates is auditioning for another team? That's pretty much, he stated
Possibly.
he's coming back to
Yeah,
audition, whether it's a new contract with Cincy or he's signing. I think he signs big bucks elsewhere. Someone's going to throw the bag at him. Cincinnati's not.
If he comes out and plays well like he has last year was kind of a down year for him, but if he comes back out and plays really well like he has the years prior, I could see someone offering him some big money to come play for them. And he said he said he wanted to stay. He wants to stay in Cincinnati. I think the other reason why ultimately made him. I think if Cincinnati was a losing team that wasn't projected to do very well, I don't think he comes back. I think the reason why he came back is because everybody's saying Cincinnati is going to be a threat this year, be a good team, and he's going to try to make that run for the Super Bowl.
So do you think with that? Do you think who is your guys's? Or off the top of your head, who's your guys' Cincinnati this year? Who's your Cinderella? Cincinnati was a Cinderella team last year.
I think they get
No
6
matter-
wins.
No matter
Get
what,
out.
no, I'm not saying their record. I'm
Oh.
saying who's that guy? Who's that team that you guys feel
Oh, that's gonna
is
be
the next Cincinnati?
Carolina.
Raiders.
You can't say Raiders. Raiders is in the playoffs.
It's got to be a team that no one expects that comes up. I agree with you. I think it's Carolina. I think Carolina could
Oh, the
ultimately,
Panthers?
they could ultimately be.
With the additions they have and now having Baker
What about
healthy and the
what about
weapons
the
he had.
Colts?
Colts again played well last year with Wentz. Now they have a better quarterback with Matt
Commander-
Ryan.
Who's the Commanders? That's
Wentz. Wentz went
Once
to
again,
the,
yep.
and I think they would play better than they played last year, because I think they've upgraded in quarterback versus what they had last year. But
I think there's one other one that could play a real factor, and that's Denver.
Denver, I feel like was a threat even with who they had as their quarterback,
Well,
Bridgewater.
Not
got hurt,
not
didn't he?
Super Bowl bound.
No,
threat.
not Super Bowl
Yeah.
bound, but they played
That's
well.
that's what I mean. I think Denver, Carolina are two teams that you could really see.
Yes.
One of them, I know I'm not saying Carolina's got the ability to represent the Super Bowl, but no one thought the Cincinnati Bengals had the ability to represent the Super Bowl.
There's a lot of people say this year they don't.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, a lot of people doubt them. A lot of people put them as third in the damn division. They're
Well,
putting Pittsburgh and Baltimore above. Even there's people who put Cleveland above them. I'm like, man, that's scratching my head thinking, what in the world?
Cleveland with Deshaun probably, but I wouldn't knock somebody if they.
I wouldn't say Cleveland with Deshaun the way he looked in his first play.
Yeah, but that'll go away. That's preseason. That'll fix real fast. I don't think that's anything. People should have no worry in Deshaun Watson's preseason series. It's expected, even if he plays, let's say, average in the first couple games. If he wasn't serving an 11-game suspension, even if he played average, they're just going to run Nick Chubb. So I mean, they would allow him to come out of the rust relatively slowly. Because they do have, and I hate to say it, I mean, arguably Nick Chubb's probably a top 3 back in the league. So you could see that if he was starting. They are a threat to Cincinnati. And Lamar healthy, the Ravens are a threat to Cincinnati. And they're a threat to that whole entire division when he's healthy, when he's playing. So it's a tough division. I mean,
So how
AFC
do you think
North,
that division falls out this year? Who wins it?
I've already picked the Ravens to win. I think the Ravens win it. That's just
Who
me.
finishes last? Or who has the worst record?
I actually think it's going to be Cincinnati.
I do too. I think they
No,
have that Super Bowl.
Browns. I think it's going to be
I
the
think it's
Browns.
going to be Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
You are just
Bengals.
not a Bengals lover.
I think the Bengals fixing the offensive line is really going to show.
I can see them
Improvement.
getting no more than 10 wins.
So you say 10 wins. You say 10 and 7
Cincinnati.
again.
I think Cincinnati's
Between
going to lead
6
the
to
division.
10. Between 6 to 10. I don't see the Rams because every year one of the two teams from the Super Bowl following the year doesn't do very well at all.
It is true. I mean,
I don't see the Rams falling off. I mean, I can see them. It might be the Rams. The Rams might go with only 4 or 5 wins. And the Bengals,
Well, then they're going to have to lose just about everybody to do that. I think it's the same way for Cincinnati. They'd have to really, one of them two teams to finish with 4 or 5 wins is going to have to lose their quarterback. If Stafford or Burrow goes down, I think neither one of them teams have a chance to win 10 games.
I get it. About 7 or 8 win for the Bengals.
I mean, it's your prediction.
Put
I
that
say,
on there now. Bing, right there.
I say Baltimore.
This guy.
Baltimore will have 12 wins. Cincinnati will come in 11 wins. Steelers, Browns will both be pushing 7-8 wins apiece.
Steelers never had a losing record with Tomlin, have they?
I could see the Browns going 9-8, and if they did, they would finish third in that division. I think it's going to be a really close division. I don't see any team in that division sweeping each other. I think every team in there is going to have one loss within inner division. I think them, and I know you guys are going to say, well, you're just a Dallas biased fan. I think that Cowboys NFC East is going to be a very tough division. I think out there, and the hardest division in all of football, in my opinion, is going to be the AFC West. I don't understand how it wouldn't be. I don't even know how they get all that talent there, but they did. They're absolutely loaded out there from top. That's a division I don't even really want to guess on who wins it.
Was that the Cardinals?
No,
That's
it's
NFC.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
He said
Raiders,
AFC.
Broncos,
Yeah. That's what I
Chiefs,
meant, yeah.
Chargers. Whatever team you guys want to pick, I'm going to say, well, they have every argument. I don't know how they wouldn't.
But the one article I read the other day is they're already talking about getting rid of the Chargers. Are already talking about getting rid of their coach if they don't have a good year.
1 year in.
That's what the article I read. He's on the hot seat, they said.
It's because they probably want to win now out there in California.
But one thing about San Diego, if you notice, every coach that they've had, Norv Turner, and even quarterbacks, San Diego is notoriously in the playoffs.
I agree with you, Big B.
They're a winning team, but yet they still can't make it to the big game.
Hold on. They're not. They still in San Diego?
Well,
Well,
yeah, that's what it was.
Los
San Diego.
Angeles,
I know there's two. I was just trying to make sure that there was.
yeah,
two.
I do that with Oakland too. It's hard to break that habit when you've done it for so
No,
long.
I was like, there's.
Big B says Bates is gone. If they wanted to pay him, they would have. It's really hard to disagree with that. I mean, I do see teams that like to franchise it 1 year.
I could agree with that.
And I think the only reason Cincinnati franchised him is strictly because
The groom.
No, I don't think it's the groom at all. It's because you have too much talent there. You guys have drafted extremely well. You know, technically, Joe Burrow is after this year, if he performs well again, they're going to start negotiating his contract because being a first round pick, they have the right to start negotiation after year 3. So you damn well know they're going to start. They're obviously going to pick up his 5th-year option, and then they're going to start negotiating this coming off season.
And if they keep drafting well like they have been, I mean, they could have another successful draft depending how these two defensive players that the first 2 rounds went.
And then you got, they did sign Joe Mixon, I think, 2 years ago. So he signed in good.
You got Higgins coming up, and then that's what they said.
Higgins should be coming up right away. I mean,
Higgins will be up. He came in the same year that Burrow did, didn't he? I'm pretty sure Higgins came in the same year as Burrow. So and they said that their priorities for that's coming up. Their priority, Paul Brown said that their priorities is, Burrow, Chase, and Higgins. Those 3 are the priorities that they know that they want to sign for long-term deals. And I don't blame them.
You have to. Burrow's gonna. We've seen it. We play Madden religiously. So if we went off, if we went off Madden's rating, they are going to be. Burrow's going to be if he performs again this year. He put up stellar numbers last year with a bad offensive line. What the moves they made?
It's going to be a record-setting contract.
Yeah, the moves they made in the offseason look good on paper. So if them moves are what they should be, they fix the offensive line.
What did you see? I shared in our group chat. Did you see the AFC?
The Lions.
Did you see the AFC all team that they had, the designated players from the AFC or from just the AFC North?
No.
I put it in our group chat.
I'm
And
not in that group chat.
yeah, it was in this one. But it's right here. It was the center was Kappa from Cincinnati, the new one they brought in. Or no, I'm not Karras or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not even.
And then Kappa was the guard, and then Will's offensive tackle from Browns. Their guard Browns offensive guard, but Bentino or however you say his name, and then Stanley, their offensive tackle from Baltimore. Wide receivers were Jamar Chase, Johnson from Pittsburgh.
Oh, Deontay, yeah.
Yep. Claypool from Pittsburgh, Higgins from Cincinnati. Tight end was Mark Andrews.
So this is
This is their all team. They're
for
all
AFC North.
Yeah, for the AFC North. Chubb was the running back. Burrow was the quarterback. Was the top players in the AFC North. They figured it's the 2022 All AFC North preseason team offense, according to Jared Dubin.
Who's that guy?
He's irrelevant right now.
It's really hard though. I don't know why they put Higgins on there over Cooper. I don't understand that. Higgins ain't Cooper. Not at all.
I don't know.
It's not even close. I mean, he's got 6 1,000-yard seasons. He's one of the best route runners in all of football. So it's really hard. I would never put Higgins on a
And it
list
could have
over
been
Cooper.
It could have been because of the age difference too. Cooper being a little older, maybe Higgins because he's younger. I don't know. Because he had 2 back-to-back
Cooper plays
1,000
for the
yards.
Browns now.
Yeah, he plays for the Browns. Yeah.
forgot
so-
Where are
about
you
I
at?
forgot about that trade.
Yeah, that'd be the one thing I disagreed with on there is
I think Andrews is good for tight end. I think he's the best tight end in
he's
the
the
AFC
best.
North.
Yeah, I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, I think he's the best tight end there. Offensive line, I could probably agree with that.
I don't know.
There's
all
only
their-
one that I think Lyle Collins. I feel like should have been on there. I think he's really. I think
He's not better than Willis or Stanley at all.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean them two are premiers.
Yeah.
I like Lyle Collins. He's a good right tackle. I hated that Dallas got rid of him, but money talks, and
I think
you had to.
Claypool and Johnson that's a good one.
I still think Cooper over-
Cooper should have been over one of those two, especially. You know,
I think over Claypool or over Higgins. I like that they put Deontay Johnson. He's a number one receiver. That's where I'm confused at. He's the number one in
So
Pittsburgh.
are they not picking him to have a good year, or that just
that's just they're saying that's the AFC North all.
Yeah, and I can agree with Joe Burrow being the quarterback out there just for.
what he's done?
I mean,
They're going off of last year.
Yeah, they're going off last year, and now that could be what they're doing because I would imagine Higgins did have a better year than
He had over 1,000 yards.
Cooper last year because Cooper was hurt. But
And that could be what they're
that could
doing.
be what they're doing.
You know,
on that,
basing
yeah.
it off last year's stats.
You're welcome. I said that.
Yeah. It's. I mean, that has to be what they're
Genius.
doing. I mean, because there is arguments to be made with that
There's
whole list.
very much so.
Now we'll go through that, screenshot that, save that, and then after the year or mid-year, we'll go through it and see who's better.
And we ain't sleeping on Detroit either, Isaac.
I think Detroit's going to
no,
be
they're going to be.
tough with the
They won't
moves
beat-
they made.
They won't beat Green Bay, but they're good.
I think the Jets is another one that
Whoa,
I
whoa,
think
whoa,
could be.
whoa,
I think they could be with the moves they made on especially defense and stuff. I think they could be.
Flacco.
They could be. Depends if
Wilson.
Wilson.
They're talking about Wilson possibly playing Week 1. I doubt
I
he
think if
does,
Wilson
but-
could come out and play well, Jets is a whole different team.
Oh yeah.
I think if Wilson could come out and really, and they're saying the way he's looking better, and it's the second year in. So I think his second year, I think he can play well. There's a very good
I read an
possibility.
article where they said they should. I actually didn't read an article. I watched it on ESPN where I don't know who the ESPN and for all you guys know, I'm not a huge ESPN fan, but I don't know who the commentator was or the analyst that they had on the show, but he literally come out with Mike Greenberg. If everybody knows, Mike Greenberg's a huge Jet fan. He literally came on there and said that the Jets need to be looking past Zach Wilson, that they need to be looking into next year's draft for a quarterback. I've never heard such a dumbass remark in my entire lifetime. Why?
Second year quarterback. How
Why?
can you write him
after,
off?
Yeah, after 1 year, how do you write him off?
He didn't have a bad year though, did he?
He
I mean, it's a rookie year.
yeah, I mean, if that's the case, you'd have shipped Joe Burrow out of town too.
Easy.
That's true. He had what, 13 touchdowns, 9 picks going in when he got hurt.
He was throwing Aaron Rodgers to the
You'd
curb.
have- I mean, there's lots of receivers.
But
or
that
lots
was
of-
different. He got injured. Well, Wilson did too.
I mean, how you say after 1 year that you should ship out is exactly why the Jets are a bad organization.
Oh, they're horrible.
Because of if that organization's ran the same way as this guy talked on ESPN and actually has legitimate, I mean, he's on ESPN, so he has his credit somewhere. But I don't agree with that state. And Greenberg sat and agreed with him.
I have a question. I know this is a little bit off top of what we were just talking about, but I wanted to bring it up because I really want to get your opinion on this. I read this that I on somebody on Facebook. We were talking about the Cleveland Browns quarterbacks over the years, through the years since they've drafted from Tim Couch all the way up to now. Okay, and how many first rounds have they had? They've had quite a few first round quarterbacks that they've taken since then.
Yeah.
And this kid stayed in there. He goes, "Well, we've never drafted a franchise quarterback. We've never." I mean, blaming this all, saying the best quarterback we drafted was Tim Couch. I mean, just went on and on and on, and downgraded Baker Mayfield, everything. Do you think that we take these Cleveland Browns quarterbacks that they've drafted, not the people they traded for from Delhomme, Garcia, all those guys that they've signed a free agency or traded for, but the quarterbacks that they've drafted, that we've been able to watch, do you think you've taken any of those quarterbacks could have been a franchise quarterback and went and played if they played somewhere else that had more talent or was a different program?
What do you have? You have what? Colt McCoy?
You had Colt McCoy, you had Baker Mayfield, Tim Couch,
Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
No, I think one Baker Mayfield. That's it. I do think they've never really drafted. In my opinion, they've never really drafted a franchise quarterback until Baker. A lot of people say, "Well, Tim Couch had the ability to play." Yeah, most of them do when they're drafted.
I think he kind of got robbed because he came in. He was the first quarterback for Cleveland when they came back to the NFL, so he kind of got a raw deal there. Any team you look when Houston came in, who was their first quarterback when they first came in?
David Carr.
David Carr, yeah.
He ain't no better than David Carr though.
But I'm saying, like, even David Carr, you kind of get put in a crappy situation when you come into a very new, first franchise, very new, because they have no talent. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like
Isaac said, bet that guy said the same thing about Tom Brady.
What's that?
About this whole conversation.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't
blame.
If I look at, I'm not saying they shouldn't have drafted Couch, but with a different organization, would he be? I think franchise quarterbacks show their franchise quarterbacks, whether or not it's a bad team or not.
Yeah.
It's just they even if they don't make it with that squad, they ultimately go on to play well elsewhere.
I don't think Tim Couch went and played anywhere else.
Well, Colt McCoy, he's doing very well for himself.
Well, Cole ended up finding his gig. I know he took
did.
a big hit that ultimately I think shell shocked him for a little bit.
Yeah.
But when he did spot duty last year and he played, I think they went 4-0 when he played for an injured Kyler Murray.
Yep.
But
He's
I think
still in, isn't he? I don't think he retired. Did he? You think he's still playing? Isn't he?
Plays
who
for
Cole
Cardinals.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
still
back
there?
up, which
I thought he was.
is yeah. I think he's learned. He with time comes. I don't care what, if you can latch on to a team for 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to go into this. If you get spot duty, more often than not, you're going to be a better quarterback.
There's
than
two
what you
quarterbacks
were.
on top of my head that are perfect, that have been in the league for a long time: Chase Daniels and Colt McCoy.
Did you see the money Chase Daniels made over the snaps? It was like so many $1 million per snap because he hasn't taken very many
Yeah,
snaps.
and he's been a great little backup.
He's
for
a
people.
great backup.
I mean, he's been sitting
Who's your other
there.
one?
Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
I think Taysom Hill could be put in there.
I
like Taysom Hill.
Situational. Yeah.
I mean, with Chase Daniels and Colt McCoy, you have that feeling like if something does happen and we need to go in there and we can rely on the game to finish a game out or to start a game or two and feel comfortable. Those
He's
two.
been in there a while.
Who?
Colt McCoy.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
he's been
backup.
a
He's
year.
been
But when he
He-
comes in and starts,
No, I'm saying, what year did he get drafted? What year did Cleveland draft him?
I'd probably say 9 or 10, just off the
'cause
top.
He played Alabama with the national title. He got hurt. Or that 09?
Yeah, I'd say 9. I would say 9 or 10. He
Yeah.
came out. He's probably been in the league 12, 13 years. I don't know. You look it up.
I gotta look
It's
that up 'cause I'm
absolutely.
curious.
But I want to. How far can the Lions go with golf? Hoops Dream. I'm Hoops Dreams. I'm a big fan of Jared Goff. I think he's a very, very underrated quarterback, and a lot of people are probably going to shit on me for this.
I say
But
the same thing.
When the Rams made the Super Bowl, not this previous year, but when they made it and got beat by
2010, by the way.
2010,
Yeah. Like 85.
when they made the Super Bowl, and I think 18 or 19.
That's why.
18 or 19 is when the Rams made it and got beat by the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 18 or 19. He was one of the main reasons they were even there. He had a monster year that year. He comes in the next year. He loses faith with, I guess we hear the instance of he said something about Sean McVay's wife or something like that, whatever that outlandish rumor was. They lose Todd Gurley. Things just didn't go the way it should have, and they ultimately gave up on him. We all knew why. McVay wanted him out, which is fine. McVay's a great coach. You want him out, you want him out. He goes to Detroit last year. He doesn't play horrible. That team wasn't good. I mean, they're not a good football team.
He really didn't have much weapons.
And then what? Campbell was a rookie head coach.
Let me tell you that right now, as of now, that's a great pick for a head coach.
You have to look at. I think I'm not sleeping on Detroit even this year. They're not a Super Bowl contender this year, but they are a threat in the NFC North.
Oh,
they're
a
a threat.
A lot better than what they were last year.
I think so.
I think they're a lot better. A lot better.
So yeah, I think ultimately, to answer your question, within a year or two, the way they keep building with the chemistry, with the new, I guess the new, what word do we want to look for on that?
Culture.
The new culture in Detroit. I could see Detroit sitting in a Super Bowl with Jared Goff as their
Saying
starter.
that. You know what I mean? It's
Goff has potential to
or he don't have playoff experience and all this.
Well, that's what
stuff.
frustrated me when people said, bringing Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback than Goff.
Yes, he is.
He is.
Yes.
But for people just to crap on Goff and say, oh, well, Goff took him to the Super Bowl just like Stafford did. And I think I would jump on a limb and say that it's a better team with Stafford had a better team than what Goff had. I think when they did Super Bowl runs, I think the defense and
well, I think Stafford's play made them a little better too.
It did, but my point is I think that the Rams team is a better team than when Goff was there all the way around.
All
with
the
the
way
people
around,
they brought in, and yes, Stafford is better than Goff 100%. And I'm not saying if they had Goff, they'd have been in the Super Bowl because I don't think I can't say that they would be. But I just think that Stafford had a better team than what Goff had, and I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. I don't.
Right. I get that. So that answers that question for you, Dreams. I don't know why people shit on him. I don't know why people dislike Jared Goff. I've never understood it. What it is. All it is to me. And sports fans are notorious in any sport, whether it be NBA. 36 touchdowns,
Yeah,
13 picks, or 36. It was something 36 and 13 or
So that's what I mean.
4,800 yards.
He showed that he has the potential to be a good quarterback if he surroundings.
Yeah.
I think if Detroit can give him good surroundings, they can win with him.
Oh yeah.
Isaac says, "What do you guys believe Miami's record will be this year?" Bro, I'm already on here. I've taken some heat on TikTok for this. They have the best receiving duo in all of football, and I mean that wholeheartedly. And that is better than Chase and Higgins. That's better than
Evans and Godwin.
Evans and Cooper Kupp. You stop Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
It's all going to depend on that quarterback.
It is.
play.
It is.
They have Mike Gesicki.
And then Mike,
They have Chase Edmonds. I mean,
they got lots of.
they've got lots of weapons. That there is. If Tua goes out here and totally just screws it all up, that dude needs to find another job.
He will be finding another job.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's absolutely no excuse.
Jimmy Garoppolo will be on the horn if Tua doesn't get them new. They after
If
5,
they're 3 and 4,
he's gone.
then
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's
He
gone.
has to be.
We say that, but we look at the defense. The defense has also got to play well. But
It does, but I don't
offensively,
understand
if
how.
he's
It's
struggling,
all on-
he's gone.
It's all on Tua.
Dude, they got so many weapons. It's absolutely asinine that
But
they
they
even
showed those videos of him in practice a couple weeks ago. You see those where he just airballing it?
he's gonna have it's practice. I don't think anybody comes out here playing with the same focus, the same energy as what you would once that
No,
first
yeah,
whistle
yeah, you're
blows
right.
and that kickoff happens. You get out there, you're a little lackluster. You know what I mean? And a lot of people say, well, that's why he's not a great quarterback. It's no one ever said he was a great quarterback. You know what I mean? If they ever said that to it. But some people just don't see practice that same way. It is what it is.
I mean, even with what he did last year, Waddle still had a 1,400 yard season, something like that.
he was still a monster. That's all I know.
Yeah, he still played well. So I mean, now to have two weapons, that's gonna do.
That might be two of the
that's-
fastest feet in all of football.
Well,
That's-
and not just. I mean, that's good. If he had 1,300 or 1,400 yards and didn't really. I mean, who was the other target there?
Gesicki, that's it.
Wasn't Parker was there at the time.
Yeah, he-
I get
I'm giving if Tua to answer that question, if Tua is Tua,
10-7.
I say 11-6.
Oh, so I was gonna say 10 wins. Yeah.
Yeah, if he plays well and he goes out there and he's, I think
That's gonna be
absolutely.
the biggest question: how Tua is able to play. And last year, I think with what he had, I don't think he did horrible. He didn't do horrible.
No, he's learning. He's
So-
learning. There's not a lot there. You got to allow these teams to build, and then they bring in what's his name? Who's their head coach? He's
From San Francisco.
what the hell was his name? He's a young cat too. I think he's only in his 30s, and he's bringing another culture.
Yeah.
It's something that it's a younger vibe culture.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, I'm just excited for the football season to get here. I
hate preseason. I'm ready for regular season to get here. So
Saturday starts was week 0 of college football.
Okay, Drew. Let's do this. Can Michigan get back to the playoffs
This year?
this year?
no,
Truthfully, will 2 Big Ten teams make the playoffs this year?
No.
they ain't going to beat Ohio
Two
State.
teams from now.
No, I mean if they both go into that final game,
If
and
they
they're
both go that
undefeated,
both game 11-0, and say Ohio State's number 1 because they're starting off number 3, Michigan's 4 or 3. You know what I mean? Because we're ranked 8th right now, so I don't see us if we don't lose, we'll be in the top.
Ohio State was ranked number 2, aren't they? Alabama's 1, Ohio State's 2.
They're
Yeah.
probably 2 now. Yeah,
I think
you think
obviously.
you don't think they get left out this year?
This year, no.
There's a possibility. There is a possibility that every Big Ten team has 1 loss.
Yeah,
I mean, it's can it in? Well, I mean, we have seen 1 loss.
Michigan just did it last year.
Yeah. So you think they can repeat that? Because there are going to be some other teams out there. Georgia, Alabama, you know damn well everybody's going to be licking their chops to put
We
both
just
of
got
them
to
in there.
see. We got to wait for Clemson, see what they do this year. They got them ranked high. They're always on that radar. You say Alabama, Georgia, High State.
I'm going to be as biased as possible.
I hate to say it, but I really do think I don't trust the defense.
I don't. Hey, I'm a Buckeyes fan. I'm right there. with
I don't.
you. I don't trust it at all.
I tell everyone I don't. They got super excited for hiring that guy from Oklahoma State. I get that. Kudos to you, but he coached in the Big 12. Okay.
All right, Isaac says he doesn't want me to answer this because we talk every single day. He wants your guys' honest opinion on what you think of Mac Jones,
The Patriots?
quarterback. Do you think we'll just ask it this way. Is he their franchise? Do you think he can lead them to Bill Belichick standards?
I think the way he played last year as a rookie, he was a rookie.
He's the
last
best
year,
rookie
yeah.
out of the class. Yeah.
I think the guy has the sky's the limit for him. I do. And I think he's got in league to coaching. I think the dude can.
He's got a quiet moxie. He has a real quiet.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
remember exactly what he said in one of the preseason games or practices.
They got enough
Uh,
for
Isaac could probably tell us through here, but it was something about hold my nuts or something like that. He said to one of these corners on the opposite team. The dude is quietly arrogant. Quietly arrogant.
I think his potential is there. I think as long
I'm
as he
on-
goes out and
I think he can win a Super Bowl, but I don't think it will be with Belichick.
Well, I can agree with that. I don't know if Belichick will still be around. He shows a lot of Tom Brady traits.
He does.
He shows a
Belichick
lot.
ain't going nowhere for a while.
No, but
I
I don't see them winning a Super Bowl in the next couple years.
no, not next couple.
The
years.
way they played last year and they're toward the end of the season, I think you guys could be wrong.
Well, the only
I
thing,
think
only
within the
reason I
next year or two, the potential of seeing them in the Super Bowl again is
The only
pretty-
reason I
pretty
say
large.
it is because of Buffalo. Buffalo's is a handful for them out there. This is no
I
longer the
love
same
Buffalo.
Buffalo team that
You're-
they were
you're
abusing
right.
for years.
You're right, but we got to remember Bill Belichick.
Oh, he's a
That
genius.
defensive mind of his, he'll find a way to slow down Josh Allen. He found a way to slow down Peyton Manning. And I'm sorry, Josh Allen's not a Peyton Manning, but if he can slow down Peyton Manning, he's going to slow down Josh Allen.
You're welcome, Isaac. We all feel. I don't know why there's hate for Mac Jones out there.
I think
like
the sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be fantastic.
As long as, like I told Isaac at work, I think or late in the year, Mac Jones hit that rookie wall. It was a little longer than what he's ever really played.
I think it was that Buffalo game.
Yeah, and he was sort of. I think his arm was wore out. Mentally, he was probably a bit wore
And
out.
he's just going to get better. And I
Yeah.
think, Bill Belichick took a guy in Tom Brady that was drafted. I think
What's up, Hoop Social?
6th round. Took a guy that was and look what he helped develop Tom Brady into who he is.
Oh yeah.
Him and then what's his
Get your hand out of my face.
Hey, I'm like,
Anyway, if anybody got any more questions, bring them into us, man. That's the best way for us to go about this. We have a. If we answer your question, Isaac, you guys think sky's the limit for Mac
Oh
Jones?
yeah.
I think Mac Jones is the future of New
Oh,
England.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be shocked if you see Mac Jones retire with a couple Super Bowls. That's the level I think he's got.
I hope not, because I hate seeing New England in the Super
I do
Bowl.
too, man. I do too.
But
But
no, but with him though, is it going to be like a different type of feel for the Patriots being Super Bowl?
no, because
Everyone
he's
hated
Mac
it because of
Jones.
Tom
He's-
Brady. So is Mac Jones
No,
going to be Tom
I
Brady?
still hate New England
no, I'm gonna
Patriots.
say, well, he had that aura of Tom Brady. You know what I mean? But is he going to get to that level?
Speaking of Tom Brady,
Go blue.
do you think this?
Oh, we're getting to that, Isaac.
You think this season's going to be a distraction with what's going on with him, his personal?
Hell no, it's
Stuff.
Tom Brady.
You
It's
think?
Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady.
Yo,
That dude.
they
that
are
dude-
saying
There's a reason why supposedly he's having marriage issues.
no. The reason they said he took time off because he went to the Masked Singer, and he's not allowed to talk about it because he's on the Masked Singer. So they said nothing was wrong in his personal life. He wasn't sick or nothing, but he had to go do the Masked Singer.
Where'd you get this
It
evidence
was on
from?
TMZ, but he's denying it because he can't talk about it. So he didn't last very long. He's only gone what, 13 days?
13 days. It's like
13
2
days?
weeks, yeah.
So he'll probably have made it to 1 or 2 episodes. So if you watch the Masked Singer, which I do every episode, there's a high chance Tom Brady's on the Masked Singer, and he took time off.
That's the first I've heard of
hey,
this.
here it is. We will cut that and put it on TikTok.
It's
And I
on
want to
here.
hear.
Sports Cartel, Drew Ash. Tom Brady is on Masked Singer this coming season in September 24th. I think.
Damn,
24th.
you know the
Oh, that's
starting
cut.
date?
That's making
my
that's
show,
clipped.
man.
That's
That's my
cut.
show.
That's clipped. That's
And-
cut.
He won't say why he was gone. He won't talk about it.
Damn it, Drew. That's one of my favorite shows, is what Isaac just said.
It's mine too, man. Mine too.
Yeah. All right. So now we got something for you, Drew. Drew's our wrestling expert.
Oh boy.
And we're going to dive right into this. Isaac
Hoorah.
brings it up. It was already one of our topics. We've sort of fell into the TikTok hole here. We're answering questions. We want more questions. Get in here and join us. Help us. We'll give you every bit of knowledge we have, and you guys let us know if we're idiots or not. But he wants to know. Reigns or Omega? Reigns or Omega? Who's had the better career? Who's
Overall
the better
career so far.
Who's the better wrestler?
Well, we all know it's Omega.
Some people will argue with this.
That's just because the last couple of years, what Reigns has done with the bloodline.
He's overrated.
Reigns?
Reigns is very overrated. He's overrated as a wrestler.
Acknowledge me. Who
I
says
love
that?
though. Actually, I like his role now.
They got underwear that says "Acknowledge me."
You wear them for your girlfriend?
No.
No, she knows.
Better not say
Who's had the
girlfriend.
better career?
A better overall career is Omega because he's done more. He's traveled the world. He's been in multiple companies. He's held the major titles in all the companies he's been in.
But some people can also look at that as like put it in a football or a basketball reference. Like you're just like a journeyman. So Reigns has been a mainstay for years on the biggest platform in all of wrestling. And you think Omega has had the better career?
Overall,
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I mean,
I do.
it's really hard for me to say. I think Omega's the better wrestler by far.
By
I don't
far
even,
better,
I don't
way
even think
better.
it's close. But career wise, I understand you had New Japan, you had everything else that he's done. I don't understand how we can sit and say that he's had the better career. Because when you are the main man on the biggest platform, it's really hard to say, well, Omega had the better career.
He cheated to win the belt over Brock Lesnar this last time.
Let's not get on that.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. I mean, do you honestly believe he's had the better career?
It's to me, it's close. I don't know a lot about Kenny Omega, but the stuff I've read and watched, I mean, he's done a lot. But I prefer that right there. I mean, that's me. I don't care about New Japan. I never really followed it. Still don't. Impact Wrestling. I mean, I quit watching that when.
Do you think AEW's catching up to WWE?
No. My biggest problem with AEW, which I love AEW, believe me. My biggest issue is every week they're on TV Wednesday nights. It's always about WWE. There's always a comment or a reference. Or
Well, it goes back to
something.
it goes back.
competition.
Yeah, but it goes
It
back
is,
to
but
Monday.
it
It goes back to Monday Night Wars. They used to do it with WCW all the
Not
time
as
too.
blatant as it is now. Like you literally are going out there and go, oh, we're wrestlers.
But I feel AEW, and I'm still saying WWE's above AEW.
For
It
now,
is.
it is, yes.
But and a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I don't know if you will or not. WWE stealing stuff from AEW.
Oh, yeah,
also.
they are now.
I've never seen picture in picture on WWE.
No,
How did you?
no.
It was always commercial breaks. Now all of a sudden, picture in picture
And
is
the only
all
time
over
they done picture
WWE.
in picture is when SmackDown first went to Fox. Because that's what Fox does with all sports.
Have you noticed WWE is opening with big time stuff now?
We also got to realize who's in charge now.
That
Yeah,
was
they were-
happening before.
they were- that was
McMahon-
happening before.
Not as much. It was happening, but not as much as it is now. Like now it's like thrown in your face. You know what I mean? It's every week. They got to get that.
Did you hear Triple H? Everybody shit on Tony Khan for wanting to keep shit quiet. We all know Johnny Wrestling come back. Nobody in that organization knew he was coming back.
No.
He stole it.
Yeah.
That's an AEW gimmick that he stole. So I think for
It's
all the
harder though to keep stuff in WWE a secret.
it isn't because Triple H just proved it, and that's one of the
Well,
bigger
that's-
names.
That's it. But also the people's been talking about it for weeks.
They have,
knew
but
how
they
to-
never knew. It
They
was
never
coming
knew
back.
how to stop that.
Everybody
Now
talked
he
about
knows-
CM Punk going to AEW, and no one ever expected
No,
him to be there.
until they said, "Hey, tune in Friday night in Chicago," and which was the biggest probably. There's only been a few months where I've got goosebumps and got truly excited when something big happens on wrestling.
So I got a question for you both, since you're all big wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Who is the biggest, most polarizing wrestler in wrestling history?
Biggest Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, yeah. I think Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold would be 1-1, 1A, 1B.
Undertaker's up there, I think, too.
He is Undertaker's always going to be known.
His is different though.
Yeah, it's a different.
It's a different.
when you think
category.
about Stone Cold, people can tell you everything about it.
Or Goldberg, too.
Goldberg was big. He
For
was big
WCW,
for
yeah.
WCW. But when people talk wrestling,
It's money and merchandise.
Hollywood Hogan's the biggest at that, I think.
Biggest all is Hogan, Austin, and then Cena later on, and now it's Reigns.
I think you'd have to throw The Rock up there, too.
he is, but
Merchandise wise, yes.
yeah, he's not as. I thought
His career isn't as
Fixed on wrestling. I
not
think he
as
became more
big.
popular when he started acting and stuff. When he became
he's so much
more-
bigger. Like I said, I don't like as a wrestler, I can care less about The Rock. Never been a fan. I don't see what he's done. He's a multi-time champion, was a 7-time champion. Okay. I never liked him as
he was great on the mic, dude.
it's all he was. That was his thing. But I didn't buy a pay-per-view to watch The Rock fight. Never did. Never will. Like
I
I
don't think you
order,
have to worry about that.
Well,
If I
we
order-
grew up WCW.
no, yeah,
fans,
that's
though.
our thing. But like I'm saying, like if Rock comes back and fights Reigns for at WrestleMania, I'm not
What's up, Hoop Social? What's up?
buying WrestleMania for Reigns and The Rock. I'm being honest. I'm not. I'm buying it for we all know who.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock
Okay.
Lesnar might be done. Okay,
He's not done.
No, he's not done. I think he might be done on.
I just
title
don't
runs.
know. They
Your
got
Sting was big back in the day, too.
See
with
where that's
Hogan.
my personal goat. It's always going to be my personal goat.
and that's another.
There's nothing better. There's no better career
than Sting.
longevity wise than Sting.
That man is 63 years old and literally jumping
through tables.
out of the stands 6 stories up and jumping on people through.
You notice we haven't seen him in a while though. I think he's taken a bit of a
they're
hiatus.
that, and then they're trying to build him with that new
Dude, I love the whole House of Black. and
House of
Sting.
Black thing going.
I think he could turn on Darby. I think it's time. A lot
It's
of people.
time. They had their
A
chance.
lot of people
to
want to
use
see
them.
Darby Sting go at it.
It needs to happen.
Yeah.
But
So what? I know you probably didn't watch it like you said last night, but one of my new favorite wrestlers coming up right now. Everybody knows I'm a huge MJF fan, but MJF has been irrelevant for roughly 3 months. Will Ospreay. If you guys have not
Oh,
watched
yes.
Will Ospreay,
this man,
he is the up. Isaac asked earlier. He is the up and coming, the next Kenny Omega. That is who he is. That's who he mimics off. He does the whole gun. He does
That's because
everything.
the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
All the Bullet
I
Club.
actually did watch some wrestling last night.
Did you?
I
Did
was-
you watch? Did
I
you
was
watch the
home.
trios?
I did it the last match, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
I did watch.
Will
some of-
Ospreay is the redheaded fade guy.
Yeah, I kind of got that. I was as I'm watching, you guys are talking shit in the chat. So I'm watching, like, and I'm putting it together, who's who, and I'm thinking, okay, I got who's here, and I'm watching. And
Did you like what you seen?
yeah, I mean,
Would you watch that every week?
Hoop Social, got anything you want us to talk about?
No.
Let us know.
Some of them, but there's some wrestlers I can't watch because they're straight awful wrestlers, and you see everything's.
What is with the cutting, the blading every week on AEW?
It's just TV 14. You guys,
I know.
You're gonna see WWE do it.
But it's blatant obvious. They're sitting on the side on the floor, and you literally see Moxley cut himself and then throw the blade under the mat or under the ring. Like, can we do a little better?
Well, they're still only 3 years in. Go back and look at what WWE was
John
doing.
Moxley's been wrestling more than 3
No,
years.
I'm talking about with the whole
When he bladed in the
hiding things.
WWE, he did a lot better.
He never really bladed in the WWE.
There's
They've
some
been
pay-per-views-
PG-13 for
There's been
years.
some pay-per-views where
20
it
years
happens.
probably.
You need the blood to make it look real. The blood makes it.
I don't know
look-
how he ever got his ear. I don't know if they ripped that earring out for real or not.
He bladed. They showed it.
He didn't cut
He
his
went
ear.
onto the floor, took a razor blade.
So
out
you're
of-
gonna find one time he shows to accidentally make
not
some
the
mess.
first. No, this ain't the first time. He's done it multiple times.
You need to take your
Him
ass
is
right
Chris
back
Jericho.
to WWE.
Him and
where,
Chris Jericho.
you know,
And
where
they
we know
lost.
who's gonna win the championships in WWE.
And then
Oh,
who
no.
walks out first and last or
Oh,
something?
No,
like
it's
yeah.
that?
not. No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is. It's always if Reigns loses, he's gonna lose it to McIntyre. McIntyre's gonna turn around and lose it back to Reigns.
Or Brock Lesnar.
You know, Bianca Belair's gonna lose. Oh, she's gonna lose to Charlotte Flair, or she's gonna lose to Becky. Like it's always the same wrestlers getting title pushes.
No, I think there's going to be an upset because old Money in the Bank, and he still have his.
Theory.
Theory ain't ever gonna win a belt.
Oh, well, he
he
will
will.
when he
ain't gonna win a
cashes that
heavyweight
in.
title anytime. He will not cash out one. He will not cash that in on a WWE title.
What do you think he's going to cash it in on?
He will. I bet he cashes it on the U.S. title,
Not allowed.
Intercontinental
You can't,
title.
not allowed.
I'm telling you,
Oh
he's
no,
not-
it's any title.
it's any title. It's always they changed
It
that a few
is.
years ago.
Any title.
It's any title.
I could see him coming out if McIntyre beats Reigns.
That's not going to happen.
McIntyre beats Reigns.
No.
He beats Reigns this next weekend.
No, he does not.
He beats Reigns and takes one of them belts.
Nope.
US
I'll put money on it. He's not
USA's already said they want their belt back.
The
or
only
Fox
way
wants their
Reigns
belt back.
loses a title is if Cody Rhodes comes back.
No way.
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
Wasn't that the
No
one
way.
that they were building up for? They're
not waiting that long. He's
Yeah.
not even going to come back till
He's
probably
gonna come back.
SummerSlam
No,
next
he's
year.
gonna come back faster than you think.
No, he isn't.
Oh, believe
That's
it.
one of the worst injuries they said they've ever
Dude,
had.
that
with
guy
arm.
still, he was
Believe it. Who used to say that?
I don't know.
Roman Reigns.
acknowledge me.
He loses. He
Reigns
loses.
is not losing. to
What
McIntyre.
better way to
No.
give McIntyre a belt
Which
than
belt
in a
is he?
fucking
What
castle?
belt is he going to take?
He's going to take the Raw.
The WWE title? Because they ain't taking the Universal.
No, they're going to keep that. They're going to keep that on Fox.
And you know what's going to happen? McIntyre is going to win, and Bray Wyatt's going to show up.
I would love to see the Fiend come back. I don't know if he's ever going to come back as the Fiend again, but
He's going to come back as something probably worse than the Fiend.
that's would be awesome. I still want to know whose hand that is. Everybody says Dexter.
It's Dexter
Loomis.
Lawrence,
That
or
was
what-
a that was a
No,
that was a
was
short,
Dexter.
chubby
Dexter.
hand.
Dexter.
Dexter Loomis does not have a short, chubby
Loomis.
hand.
What
I
hand you
keep looking
talking
at
about?
The guy that hides around and they show him in the background. His hand was on the
it.
door.
He no, it wasn't on a door. It was outside the door.
The door's open. His hand was in.
It was in, but it wasn't. You said it was on a door.
It was
not
on a door.
It
It
was
was
not on a
too-
door. It
the
was
door-
hanging inside the doorway.
The door was open.
And
He had
it,
his
was
hand.
a, it was a short little chubby.
No, it
hand.
was Dexter. Which bravo to Triple H for doing that.
I'm telling you, I have a feeling Edge and the Fiend will be together. There's still something in that very first promo they released. Edge does not have long hair. When they showed the very first thing where he's walking, that's long hair and a chubby dude. Last time I checked, at that point when they were making these promos, Edge had a fade and he's skinny. I've talked to Isaac about this a million different times.
You guys.
Dude, it's classic. Listen, Drew McIntyre plays an Ireland god.
I thought you were
pretty
trying to
much,
flex for us.
right?
Mike.
He carries a big ass. He carries a big ass sword.
Not no more.
He did.
He did.
And now they're going to pay per view this coming weekend, not next weekend. It's called Clash at the Castle. What better way to take one of them belts away when
But is
they've
it just
already
gonna be the one belt though?
Yeah, it's gonna be one belt because USA's bitching they want their belt back. It's been all over the place that USA's tired of not having a belt. So why
just don't-
not?
I just
And they've
don't
already
see
said
it.
they don't want to unify them no more. They were going to make one title at one point, but they
I just
decided
don't-
we're
I
not
just
going to
don't-
do it.
I just don't see it.
What better way? He's been cutting fire ass promos. Fired. I ain't never seen him cut.
I would
these good
have
promos.
Kevin Owens be champion than Drew McIntyre.
I would too, but I agree with what they're saying when he held the belt during COVID.
It wasn't.
They want to see him with a live
Live
audience.
audience,
Yes,
yeah.
they want to see what he
Who?
does. Drew McIntyre.
He beat Lesnar at Romania, but it was in the
It was COVID era.
COVID when COVID first hit.
Yeah. And
So
it was,
in
they
the
did
dome.
WWE stepped up their notch when they brought out that virtual
The
screen.
Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome was awesome. And then the NBA took that. When they went into the bubble, the NBA's like, dude, give us the same thing where they had the virtual fans.
That's when they got most of their highest ratings. Raw and SmackDown was the Thunderdomes.
It was cool. Yeah, I bought into Mike talk with Wyatt. Yeah, Isaac's a firm believer.
He's coming. He's coming.
I think he's on. I think he's on. I don't know where he's coming to. People are decrypting things to say he's coming to WWE. He has yet to say he's going to either promotion. All he's doing is talking about missing wrestling. He loves wrestling, and he's bringing up.
But you see how
people.
You see how he wrote that big thing on Twitter.
And they turned it sideways.
Turn it sideways.
He come out and said that has nothing to do with.
Well, it probably doesn't, but people that are going that far to where they're literally looking into every little detail
because they want him back. I just read a rumor. I was telling Isaac. Supposedly, the rumor is MJF has already renegotiated a deal with AEW.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to get a title push, and he's returning soon. That's just things I'm reading, putting together. That's what I'm taking out of the things I read.
What happened with that last night?
What?
With CM Punk and Moxley.
They did. I think they're turning CM Punk heel. I don't know what.
Like that, though?
Because the people didn't cheer him when they took him out. They wanted Moxley, so I think he's going to take it as a fuck you type thing. Guys, you know what? I've came in here. I brought you guys this. You wanna treat me that way when I'm hurt?
That's okay. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Okay. They stole it from New Japan Wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
CM Punk walked into the bad tunnel.
What's that mean?
Afterwards, good and bad tunnel, heel and face.
Yeah, like your good guys come.
Good guys come out one side, heels come out the other. It's left and right.
That's why they have two separate engines.
Yep. It's they stole it from New Japan Wrestling. They didn't steal it.
So what the hell does it mean though?
Means you're a
heel. Face or a heel. You're
you're
a baby face. The crowd loves you. You're always doing the right things. A heel is you're the bad guy. You could give a shit less what people think about you. You torture and do whatever you want, pretty much. CM Punk walked out of there. They didn't show him walking into the tunnel, but he was turning left, walking up that ramp. It's just something I took out of it.
That's true.
So he'll still be wrestling with him, just be as a bad guy.
Oh, huh?
Are you stupid?
I said he's still be wrestling just as a bad guy. Is what you're saying.
He said, "Are you stupid?"
Because he's a bad guy, he's gonna leave the company and go fight somewhere
Well, I'm not
else.
sure what the hell you're talking about. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm confused here.
Yeah, if you ever
he's
he's not a huge. If you ever heel and face, heel is bad. You're the bad guy. Face means you're the baby.
Yeah,
face.
dude.
You're the face of the company. That's what they call that.
Some of us actually work late.
I do.
You
hey,
lie.
welcome, Big B. Anyways, we're if you guys are just joining in, we're talking WWE and what actually goes with the WWE or what we feel is going to happen. We're sort of going to move on. I want to do something before we get out of here. We've been on roughly about an hour. I want to know, you guys in here, you guys let us know.
Hey.
I want to know when it comes into you guys, we have overrated, underrated. Okay, it's something we want to sort of talk about. You guys if you start following us or going into it, overrated, underrated, let us know. Our guy today, overrated, underrated, Kirk Cousins. How do you guys feel when it looks at Kirk Cousins? Is he an overrated quarterback, an overrated hype, or is he more underrated than what people give him credit for? Does he do enough? Because he gets a lot of slack, for mediocre seasons, records, I should say. I should never say mediocre season because Kirk Cousins really doesn't have one of them.
He's a good, statistically, he's a great quarterback.
Is he overrated or underrated?
But you look at
To a point, I think he's underrated, but he knows how to hire an agent.
Oh, he does. That man. If you need money and fast money, that guy is
Call his agent.
Yeah, they know how to get him paid.
I wouldn't say
I don't think he's overrated.
Statistically, he's great. Every year in and out, it's 4,000 plus seasons. A lot of touchdowns. I think he's over 30 every year.
It seems like that. He's
Yeah,
right around right around 30
know,
touchdowns a year.
Doesn't
turn the ball over.
Doesn't turn the ball over. I think if you looked at the overall record, I don't think you can put that all on him. I think playoffs losses you could probably put on him at times because I think in the playoffs he seems to falter a little bit.
Like Aaron Rodgers.
But yeah, I can't say he's overrated.
I will never say he's overrated. I don't think he is.
I think he's overpaid.
It's very overpaid.
I think he's overpaid.
He's very overpaid.
we just jealous because we didn't make that money.
No, I
ain't.
think
Never,
the
ever
money
was.
he makes, he's overpaid with no playoff success. I know it's the nature of the business. Overrated. I can't say he's over. I really I wouldn't say Kirk Cousins is overrated.
Now I got to question that because we always put the playoff losses on the quarterback. Do you guys honestly think every playoff loss, if a team loses a playoff game, it's because of the quarterback?
They have to take this. They have
they
to
have
take,
to take it.
They
but
have to take the loss.
I mean, like
no.
last year, Tannehill. Yeah, we can put that loss on. But do
Rodgers, yes.
3 or 4 picks there. against Cincinnati.
Derek Carr, yes.
Derek Carr.
I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals walked through a bunch of mistakes.
Yeah. And the horrible torrentious call that no call or it was.
No call, yeah.
Oh my God.
Get out of
They
here!
literally let them go to the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I mean,
I hate you both. I hate you both.
Hey, can you hand me that drink right there?
Give us some kind of credit here, okay?
For what?
Winning.
I thought you were paid the rest.
how many times do you have
You
a
were
decent
just
run game in the
jealous because
playoffs?
you weren't there.
I was in the playoffs.
I'm talking about Super Bowl.
playoffs?
We was in the Super Bowl
Not last year.
2010.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, because Rodgers has been choking up in them NFC Championship games.
You think?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not thinking. I know.
Oh, we all know.
Yeah, you don't tell me I'm thinking because I'm not. I know.
So one reason I won't buy an Aaron
I'm
Rodgers
fact-
jersey.
I'm fact driven.
You're fat driven.
You're
Fact.
fat driven.
Oh,
Like,
fact.
he likes fat women. Fat women. Hashtag fat women.
No, we can't say that on here.
Why not?
There could be someone monitoring us, and then they kick us out. Um.
Probably a
I-
fat woman.
Yeah. Sir, so you overrated, underrated. Kirk Cousins, is he? So you guys mutually agree that he's is he underrated? I don't think he's,
He's
underrated.
medium rated, overpaid.
We're gonna go with he's overpaid.
Overpaid, medium rated.
Overpaid.
Medium rare.
He's medium rare, overpaid.
No, people like medium rare steaks more
He
often
doesn't
than not.
sizzle.
Yeah.
There's no sizzle.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, we're talking about steaks or we're talking about Cousins?
Cousins.
He's
This
there.
guy, he's so hungry. He's talking about steak.
He's there. I mean, does he do anything fantastic?
Could it? Yeah, he plays great in a regular season until
That's
you
what I'm
need him to win.
saying.
I mean, Okay, I've never. Been,
I think he's better than some of the Super Bowl winning quarterbacks we've seen.
Like who?
I think, Eli Manning.
Oh, he's not better than Eli.
No,
No,
Manning.
get that.
statistically,
Statistically,
that's
oh.
what I mean. I'm talking about statistic-wise. Statistically, he's better than Eli Manning.
Who else?
So we're going Super Bowl winning quarterback, right?
Yeah.
I would say he's better than Matt Hasselbeck. He's not a Super Bowl, but Matt Hasselbeck went to a Super Bowl.
We said winning.
Well, still Super Bowl winning.
not the same thing.
They
He's
still
better
went
than
to
Trent
the
Dilfer.
Trent
Dilfer.
Dilfer.
He's better than
He's
Joe
better than
Flacco.
He's better than Joe Flacco.
Flacco.
That's it.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him above.
Well, Tom Brady's one about all the other goddamn.
Tom
ones.
Brady,
I mean,
Peyton
Ben
Manning, Ben
Roethlisberger,
Roethlisberger, Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers. Stafford.
I think they said this last year was the first year in how many seasons that there wasn't a Manning, a Brady, a Roethlisberger, or Rodgers in the Super Bowl.
I'm not gonna say he's overrated.
He's not.
He's
I think if you
overrated.
I think if
He's
you,
overrated to me.
I think if you put him in the Super Bowl, if he takes him to the Super
You
Bowl,
just said he wasn't overrated.
No, I'm taking it back.
you can't.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can
Once
because
you
now that I
say
think
it-
We've
about
had a
it,
5-minute conversation and he's not
when I'm
overrated.
sitting here talking about it,
How's he overrated?
he's overrated.
How?
Why he's overrated is because he puts up great regular season stats and has no playoff success whatsoever. He's an overrated quarterback.
All that playoff.
People put him top 12. He's not a top 12
They
quarterback.
put him up there. I've heard him. They put him up there with Aaron Rodgers. Like regular
No,
season stats.
I think he falls right into the and we're not going to leave that out of it. But to me, he's overrated.
I think if you put him as a regular season, if we rated his regular season,
For the
I would
last-
say
how
top
long
10
is he-
quarterback. If you take a statistically regular season quarterback,
That's what I'm saying.
He's a great regular season quarterback.
stat driven. He's a top 10 quarterback. If you look at just stats, that's why to me he's overrated.
See, that's what drives me crazy.
I think he's medium.
Great quarterbacks get you playoff wins, whether it's a bad team or a good team. You're there, they find a way to win, whether it's only 1 or 2 games.
Trent Dilfer wasn't a great quarterback, and they went to Super Bowl and won it.
But that we know why. They didn't
They're
go there.
great defense.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
He wasn't a great quarterback. That's what I'm saying. Great quarterbacks get you a playoff win here or there. We've watched Aaron Rodgers do it. We've watched Russell Wilson do it. We've watched Ben Roethlisberger do it. We watched Eli Manning do it. We've watched great quarterbacks go in with mediocre football teams and still figure out a way to win. Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls against really good teams, and we should have never been there. They were there. Why? Because Eli Manning stepped up. The dude's cold-blooded. He steps up. He wins games.
He did that. He got to the one because he showed up and was cold-blooded in Lambeau.
That's why I'm saying. That's why
And
I'm putting
against
Kirk
Brett
Cousins
Favre.
overrated. If you look at him statistically, he's a top 10 quarterback. But if you look at him overall, he's not very good when it comes to needing him to win. They were once again, 9-8 or 8-9?
So let me
last
ask you
year?
something, because you're a Dallas fan. What if Dak plays the next 5 seasons, great seasons, but can't get playoff wins?
At this point, I called Dak Prescott the Black Kirk Cousins. He's a Black Kirk Cousins. That's what he is. He's great statistically in the regular season. The dude has faltered every single playoffs. One of our biggest reasons we lost against the Niners last year was because of Dak Prescott. He's got to play better.
And the reason we lost against the 49ers was Aaron Rodgers.
So at this point, yes, you could almost, that's why I'm not going to bring it up, because he could be another guy. He could be another guy we talk about. We want to do this overrated, underrated every week. So at this point, I'm saying Kirk Cousins is overrated.
I think he's medium rated.
Overrated, underrated, John. Final answer.
I would say he's right where he should be.
Overrated, underrated.
He's right where he should be. I don't think
So
he's
you don't
overrated.
think he's overrated? You don't think he's underrated?
I don't think he's overrated. I don't think he's underrated.
I don't either.
I
don't-
think he's right where he should be.
he should win more in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yes.
and record success, I think, is a team. Your team's got to
Yeah,
play.
you're all about that team crap.
Yeah, I am about the team.
Oh.
I can't help it.
You guys say he's evenly rated. Right where he should be. I think he's overrated. So with that, we're going to end our show today. All right. We gave you guys a nice hour and 13 minutes. And we're getting the hell out of here. I do want people to know we're on TikTok. We do have.
You can't just once you start.
I
The
had
music,
to,
you can't just shut
I
it.
had to turn it off for a second because I really want to let people know our apparel's coming. Hats and shirts. Like I said before, snapback hats and dry fit shirts. They're coming. Like we said, they're going to be here. We've getting the people together. We're going to get the picture taken. We're going to get these out here. We're looking at, I'm hoping within the next 30 days,
30 days.
30 to 60 days, we have apparel. And we're going to get it out. Join our page, Sports Cartel at Facebook. Get
What
on
else?
here, TikTok. We do have a YouTube. Get on there, subscribe if you like our stuff. It's your boy Mike Ash.
Drew, go blue.
I'm Jay.
And this is the end of Sports Cartel, man. It's one big family. Either join us or not, but everybody needs a family. And Sports Cartel is where we're at. Hey, let's get the hell out of here.
Rolling up a J.